From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, February 11th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.35 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,317 per ounce. ZenCash is trading at $35, and the average price of Bitcoin is $8,423. Antiwar.com reports in another move that underscores major diplomatic progress made on the Korean Peninsula, North Korea has extended a formal invitation to South Korean President Moon Jae-in to visit Pyongyang at the earliest date possible. This comes after a public handshake between Moon and North Korean delegation head Kim Yo-jong, the sister of Kim Jong-un. Moon did not immediately accept the offer, but suggested he was willing to have such talks under the right circumstances, while trying to use it as leverage to get North Korea to agree to direct talks with the United States. Though North Korea has expressed openness to talks with the U.S., with Russia as a mediator in recent months, U.S. opposition seems to have soured such efforts. Moon's efforts, likewise, come with the tacit assumption that the U.S. still is not going to be on board. Vice President Mike Pence is in South Korea with the rest of these officials for the Winter Olympics, but his visit has been overshadowed by the diplomacy going on. Pence, for his part, has mostly made news walking out of dinners and not shaking hands with people.
For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. And as a Bitcoin-preferred business, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports Equifax's reported hacking of consumers' personal information was more widespread than originally disclosed, according to new documents submitted to a U.S. Senate committee. The credit reporting agency said cyber thieves accessed tax identification numbers, email addresses, and driver's license information of 145.5 million customers, stretching beyond the scope the company originally revealed, according to documents received by the Senate Banking Committee. The Wall Street Journal and CNN reviewed the documents sent to the Senate. In September, Equifax said it had been breached, compromising personal information belonging to 145.5 million customers, including names, social security numbers, dates of birth, and addresses from May through July 2017. Now, documents show that the license date and issue date might also have been accessed. Equifax said an insignificant number of email addresses were affected, and they are commonly searchable in public domains. Equifax spokeswoman Meredith Grifanti told CNN Money the original disclosure was not meant to represent the full list of potentially exposed information. With the data, criminals can open bank accounts and lines of credit, including a credit card or a mortgage. Lauren Saunders, Associate Director at the National Consumer Law Center, said the more information scammers have about you, the easier it is for them to impersonate you, and the easier it is for them to get by the protocols that banks and others use to make sure they are dealing with the right individual. Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian are the top 3 credit reporting agencies. They gather information on individuals from banks, credit card companies, retailers, and public records to create credit reports, which are then used by lenders to determine the risk of a potential borrower. Equifax has reportedly sent email notices to consumers affected by the breach.
Are you looking for a cryptocurrency that has a focus on users and usability? Then look into ZenCash. ZenCash has the ability to use both transparent and shielded transactions, with shielded transactions using zero-knowledge proofs. ZenCash features global governance with inclusive decision-making, reliable funding for continuous improvements, and documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zensystem.io. That's zensystem.io.
Reuters reports a tourist helicopter crashed in the Grand Canyon on Saturday, killing 3 people and injuring 4 others, according to Arizona media and a Federal Aviation spokesman. The helicopter was on a tour of the canyon, which is more than a mile deep and one of the top U.S. tourist destinations, when it went down, according to a dispatcher for the local Department of Emergency Services. He said 3 people were killed and 4 had unknown injuries, and that authorities were possibly looking for 1 or 2 more people. Alan Kennitzer, a spokesman for the Federal Aviation Administration, said via email the helicopter, a Eurocopter EC-130 from Airbus, crashed under unknown circumstances in the Grand Canyon and suffered substantial damage. The FAA and NTSB will conduct investigations. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.